Today I want to talk about my survival knife, which is a KaBar Becker BK2, and which I think is a great knife all around use. It's a very high value knife. Right out of the box you can use it in all kinds of capacities. But today what I want to talk about is some of the modifications that I have done to my Becker that makes it more kind of a knife project. Personalizes it, which has been really fun for me. And when you look at different reviews of this knife, most anybody who has bought it has complained about the sheath, and the sheath isn't that great of a sheath. And as you can see, that's one of the things that I've done, is replace the sheath with this Skystorm Leatherworks sheath. This is their Hawk version, and if you look in the comments below, I put the web address there if you're interested in it. This is the Scout mounted version of the sheath, and I think that I love the look of the sheath, but the Scout version is with these two loops. It goes on the back of your belt here, and you just undo it with one hand and you can just draw the knife right out. It's really convenient. It's a great place to carry the knife, but for this knife in particular, these loops, because they're so close together because of the length of the blade and the style of the sheath, it puts the balance point right here on the knife, whereas the actual balance point is back here. So because you mount it here, the knife, as it sits on your waist, kind of has a cant to it as a result. And because these two straps are close together, it kind of wobbles a little bit when you're hiking around with it on your belt. But not too bad. I'm not unhappy with the product at all. Really love how it looks. And most of the time I carry it in my backpack anyway. I don't carry it on my person. On my person, I use it right around the campsite when I'm processing wood and so on. But if I need to, it goes right on my belt, and it's a great way to carry. But if I had to do it over again, I'd probably do just a regular belt loop or with a dangler, which Skystorm Leatherworks, they have both of those options. The other thing that I did with this particular knife was I took the finish off the steel. It comes with a black hard finish, which is fine. It started to come off through some of the hard use that I was putting the knife through, batoning and so on. And so I decided to put a forced patina finish on the blade itself, on the steel, and it really turned out great. I was really pleased with the end product. There's so many of these knives out there, and to have this finish on it really personalized it. I mean, nobody else has a knife quite like this one as a result. And so I'm really happy with how the finish turned out, and I just keep it oiled, and I have not had any problems with it at all. The next thing I did in modification was I took the grivery handles that came with it off. And I really liked how the handle feels in the hand. It's a really well balanced knife in my opinion, and I just love holding it with the palm swell and the handle. It just really feels good. But I wanted to replace it with these canvas micarta handles, which are a little bit better for when your hands get sweaty or in a wet conditions. They're a little bit more grippy, and honestly they just look has a little bit more of a cool factor to the knife, which is again further personalizes it, which is kind of what I was after. So I really like the product in the end with these the canvas micarta handles. And the one last thing I did with the knife, and I've talked about this in other videos, is that I filed the spine. I don't know if you can see this. I'll show you another picture if not. I filed the spine of it just enough so that I could use it to spark a ferro rod with my Swedish fire steel, and so the knife would be useful in that capacity as well. Overall, I think this is a great knife for anybody who's just starting out in bushcraft or wants a do-it-all knife in survival. It would fit the bill, and it's a great price point to get in the door, as well as just having it as one of many knives that if you like to collect knives or use them, this just takes a lot of abuse and just keeps on working. I really appreciate the fact that you can get this knife for a pretty low price, and you can make all kinds of modifications to it to make it a project knife. There's might be a couple other things I'd like to try with this knife. Maybe put a convex edge or something on it, but as it is, I really am enjoying using it and owning this Becker BK2, and I would recommend it to anyone who is thinking about purchasing one. As always, thank you for watching, and have a great day.